So I've been working on the manufacturing floor still. You can see I've added a bit more of a supports and structure to the little observation deck for the airlock doors going into the manufacturing area, but I've also started this. So this build's been really about sort of trying to find pieces of ships and putting it all together. There's a lot of sort of support structures and stuff. It's not the cleanest looking thing because it's Smugglers Cove. There hasn't really been any major like planning going in it, so a lot of it's kind of pieced together with chunks and stuff, and you'll see that as it evolves even more so. It's got that sort of gritty industrial look, and I'll keep working on it to try and find ways to make it feel like it's been pieced together more and more. But one of it is I wanted to make it start feel a bit more like it's got these really crazy pieces, and it's that are used and very functional. So you see this crazy monstrosity here is something I've started, and basically it's a fusion reactor, or at least the start thereof, of the look of one. You can see it's got all the hazard stripes on it, and it's coming along. It'll continue through. So it's got two of them. And whether this is used as something to kind of represent the power, like generating power for the station, you'll see there's one down the other end as well, or whether or not this is just used as something for the shields. You can see we have an exhaust at the moment with all these crazy colours and stuff, and you can see how that's made up of all these different wedges and lights and stuff. And when we get into the middle of the reactor, or starting to get into the middle of the reactor, we've got these this section where all these things are feeding into this centerpiece, and then when we fly through the wall here, you'll see here's where the actual reactor is. So you can see it's modeled off like a sort of like the fusion reactors of today, or where it's got this center bit and the plasma goes around. I think it's plasma. I don't know. I haven't done too much research into it. I just kind of looked up reactors and saw the fusion ones. I thought, yeah, that's not too crazy far-fetched. It could be something that was constructed, and so there's this inner bit as well here, and the outer bit. It'll be really good if there's a particle system that can generate particles, and you'll see these in there. But for now, it's really brightly colored and stuff in there, which is cool. And you can see where that's placed is just above and wedged in between. So I like that it's there. It's probably going to extend forward into the center a bit more. But and I'll add a bit more in. But at least it's got something that adds a bit more interesting elements to it. When you see it, it might only look like just a vent or something out the side, but I want the station to be something that you're actually interested in finding all the different crazy pieces. And like there's a lot of these sections in here that you probably won't get to fly into with a core or with your actual person, but traveling through, checking out the station in build mode, if you're on your core and you fly through, I wanted it to have all these different elements to it. So that's that. Gonna keep on doing that for a little bit, and see what else we come up with. So we've been working on the fusion reactor a lot more. You can see we've started doing the outer structure to surround it. You can see we've got these sort of pods on the outside injecting into the main body. You can see we've got some really cool trussing going around and stuff. And we've also extended it all the way out the back now. So you can see we've got this area at the back where things extend out of the reactor, and there it goes into these shafts that then you can see are generating power, and the power goes off, and you can see it's all got the structure support all the way off to the other side. Random black pieces, don't know why they're there, and they go around the turbo lift, which is cool. So that's done, so they're both hooked up now, you can see that. You can also see there's these white tubes as well. So these are the tubes that I've run for the logic circuits to be able to get around this, because I hadn't planned for it to be there. So you can see they go down. The other thing I've added is started doing flooring in here, so you can look up and see the generators. And then you've got these areas on the side here, which are gravity airlocks. So you go in, and then you hit the other button, and your gravity would change to be orientated this way. So then you kind of walk around like that, and you can see the red lights are indicating down that tube where the door is, and then there's grates to stop you from falling and getting stuck in sections as well. So you can see they travel quite a distance down, again quite a distance along, and so these run down from that area up the top. We go around all the fusion reactors and then go down, and then they run along the bottom here. And here's the other section that we've added in. So if we fly through here, you'll recognize this is the area outside of our main hangars, like so. And this is behind the red doors. We have some stairwells going down and a display module, so we know what section we're in. And there'll be a display module here, so you know which way you're going. But this way leads you to this section, so you can get into the conduits again. And that end goes up towards where we just were. And if we fly around again and go down the other way, get to this section here, you see there's a thing there. And if we open the door, we can go through. And this will be where the circuits live for our main 4 hangars for the combination lock circuits. And so up through here is our control pads, and they lead underneath, and this is where the circuits will be, and you can see our conduits come out here as well, and then they run all the way around, which is good. I've left the gravity or the turbo lift being able to see in here, because you know it makes it interesting when you're flying up and you can see all the different cool things. Same with the this here. And it's the other thing I've added here is pulled out the roof of the lifts that go sideways towards where we get the hangar control, so you can see this cool thing above you as you're flying along. Like so. And here we'll be continuing work on it. You can see just how massive this thing is in relation to how big a person is. So it's a really cool addition. I really like it. But it's now trying to work everything else around it. So I'm slowly getting this section enclosed in, so that it's not completely open to space. And then once I've enclosed those 2 little sections here, I'll start on the next floor, and leave the sides open, so I know what I'm going to do in relation to the next floor for those sides as well. But yeah, and that's the fusion reactor all added in there, all hooked up, and it's also generating power now, which is great. Yeah.